Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. As always, thanks for being with us. It's open season on Americans. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, do you ever wonder how things got so crazy? Like, how is it that a sitting U.S. president presides over the invasion of America by several million illegals, yet for years the media let him off the hook? They're only now starting to pay attention after Democrat-run cities were overrun and innocent Americans murdered, like Laken Riley.
Campus is really heavy right now. We're all heartbroken. I want to use this time to tell you about Laken and all she was to Alpha Chi. It is so obvious to me why it feels so dark right now, and that is because we lost one of the brightest lights that there's ever been. This campus and our sisterhood will never be the same without Laken Riley.
Total heartbreak. And of course, when the press does cover the issue, it's not really to hold Biden accountable, but to criticize Republicans.
So Republicans obviously seizing on this horrific tragedy at the University of Georgia, and they're seizing on this as an example of Biden's failure to protect the American people, to secure the border.
As if the initial facts were not horrifying enough, or the sense of loss not deep enough by now, and all of it has now been compounded by the revelation the suspect was in this country unlawfully, and how quickly that fact became politicized.
And when they're not blocking and tackling for Biden on the border, the press claims that the open border is actually a positive thing. Now, this absurd Washington Post piece today claiming that the economy is roaring because of immigration. Now, this is insane. We know that real wages rose significantly under Trump, and we know that they mostly fell under Biden. And as the facts show, indisputably, this growth they're talking about is not going to American workers at all. It's going to the immigrants and the rich people who get to pay lower wages. And that explains a lot, because it explains why rich people are giving so much money to Biden. And it explains why Biden is keeping the border open. And it explains why working class Americans are loyal to Trump. But rather than actually analyzing these issues in an honest way, the Post just spews propaganda, quoting the pro-open borders Cato Institute as if that were unbiased. Here's the fact. When the economy is doing great, Americans will see big increases in real median income like they did in 2019 under Trump. And by the way, another reason why Americans are disillusioned? The post-COVID job growth has gone almost entirely to non-native-born Americans. The Center for Immigration Studies examined the data from the General Household Survey, which is used by the U.S. Census Bureau, and they found that when comparing the fourth quarter of 2019 to the fourth quarter of 2023, it shows that 2.7 million more people were working in the United States, 2.9 million more immigrants, legal and illegal, and 183,000 fewer U.S.-born Americans working. Now, since the depths of the COVID recession in 2020 employment, that's increased for both groups, but the number of U.S.-born workers has not made it back to the 2019 pre-COVID level. Wow. No wonder they hate Bidenomics. An open border equals lower wages and fewer jobs. Now imagine if Democrats had their way and all these migrants could vote.
Y si podría votar, ¿quién votaría?
Por supuesto que por Biden.
Si tiene el privilegio para votar, ¿para quién se va a votar?
Don Biden, que nos está ayudando a nosotros aquí.
Yo creo que la mayoría Biden.
Biden.
Él es el que nos está ayudando por Biden.
Le gusta apoyar a los migrantes. Sí, es muy buena persona. No, Trump es otra cosa.
No, cosa diferente. And if you think that this was just a cherry-pick sampling,
¿Quién es mejor para el inmigrante ilegal? ¿Donald Trump o Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. ¿Cuál es mejor, Trump o Joe Biden?
John Biden, de igual manera.
Joe Biden. Trump or Joe Biden?
John Biden.
Trump or Joe Biden?
John Biden.
Joe Biden. Trump or Joe Biden?
Es el Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. We're asking for Joe Biden to help us accomplish our dreams here, and so we can get ahead.
well, of course, because for Biden, it's always illegals first, native-born Americans second, third, and fourth. There are endless benefits for illegals once they get here, and they're doled out by taxpayer-funded NGOs, non-governmental organizations. They provide housing and other benefits, but remember, you pay for them. So our own Rachel Duffy traveled to Tucson, Arizona to learn more.
What you're seeing is basically an unmarked building. All signage is removed. That's the first sign you know that this is an NGO, a non-governmental organization, in this case, Casa Alitas, who is housing illegal immigrants. You're trying to rent a room?
Oh, no, we don't rent rooms.
Why? Isn't this a hotel?
We don't. Can you guys get off the property, please?
Is this not a hotel?
Can you please exit the property? It's private property.
Whose private property? There's no name outside?
Can you please have them exit the building?
Is this where illegals are being housed with government funding?
Can you please get off our property? All of you, please, or I'm going to call the police.
Please call them.
You need to leave, please.
But I need to know what it is. Oh, Casa Alitas. This is Casa. This is an NGO paid for by government money.
We're not going to answer any of your questions.
Just, can you explain what you do here?
No.
Now, hold on. As Rachel says, Americans pay for these shelters, but we're not allowed to know what happens inside. And by the way, why aren't those CNN anchors with the perpetually furrowed brows demanding answers? Because they know that when they dig, they'll uncover facts that show just how damaging an open border really is. In New York City, for example, a migrant relocation program received $25 million, but has only settled 174 households. Do the math. That's $143,678 per family. Now, how many U.S. veterans get that kind of help finding a home? No wonder Americans are finally understanding that Trump was right. Now a majority say that we need a border wall. Democrats spent years, 4 years, ridiculing Trump for demanding a measly $5 billion for the border and for the wall. It would have paid for itself, what, 20x by now? And with Super Tuesday just days away, look at the polling on illegal immigration. 61% now saying it's a very serious issue, and 23% say somewhat serious. That's 84% of America, somewhat serious or serious problem. Now, the border is now Biden's biggest political liability. We see this in poll after poll, and that's the only reason why he's traveling there this week. In years past, he only did what they call a drive-through.
He did drive through the border when he was on the campaign trail in 2008, and he is certainly familiar with the fact, and it stuck with him, with the fact that in El Paso, the border goes right through the center of town.
That's so embarrassing. Now, to explain just how things have gotten so upside down on the border, or why this is even a debate at all, think back to Bill Clinton. No, not about that issue, this issue. Compare how much Biden and the Democrats' views on this issue have moved to the left.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
And that was just a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of the numbers we have now. But heck, Biden even insisting now that they not be called illegal aliens any longer. It's too dehumanizing, he said. So the demon suspected of killing Laken Riley is merely an undocumented person, or maybe an undocumented Democrat. It's disgusting. My friends, here's the upshot. The Democrats are utterly dependent on the money they raise from rich donors who want unlimited immigration and cheap labor. And they think more illegals will eventually mean more votes for them. And, of course, they believe that native-born Americans are overwhelmingly racist and evil, and thus Democrats don't really care how many of those people have to suffer because of the open border. Given all these facts, Democrats will keep the border open as long as possible. The only way to stop them is to beat them, and that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.